Tonight, the Border Patrol agents involved in a deadly shooting in Minneapolis are on leave. We learned this week that 2 agents fired their weapons when Alex Littlehales was shot to death. It's not clear if bullets from both guns hit him. The shooting has led to protests around the country. Tonight, we're getting some insight from someone who has watched the protests play out in Minneapolis firsthand. WRAL's Alex Littlehales talked to a UNC graduate who now lives there.
The story on our televisions is outside Meredith Engelin's front window.
How do you talk about ICE to a 5-year-old who's scared to go to bed at night?
WRAL News talked to Engelin, a 2010 UNC grad, now living in Minneapolis days before and then again after the shooting death of ICU nurse Alex Littlehales.
It went from being, are these a few bad actors? Are they just untrained? To, weeks of terror in our city.
I think we have about 200 people.
That's Engelin protesting last week before Littlehales' death. That widely seen video showed officers removing a weapon from Littlehales' waist before he was shot. According to NBC News, a preliminary report from Customs and Border Protection did not mention Littlehales attacking officers or threatening them with a gun. The shooting has sparked debate over ICE tactics and the right to legal firearms in protest settings. Durham native Elizabeth Stewart, a concealed carry gun owner herself, sharing concerns about how these events played out.
I don't want any of them being killed. I do, however, think that a peaceful protest doesn't mean you get in the middle of the street and try to block law enforcement.
For weeks, the Trump administration has backed ICE activity in Minneapolis. But now top Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino and other border agents have left the city, raising questions for what city residents like Engelin can now expect.
What do you think is the most likely outcome in terms of what happens next?
I would say our neighbors aren't backing down.
Alex Littlehales, WRAL News.
Lawmakers from both parties also remain critical of how Homeland Security has handled recent immigration enforcement efforts. Senator Thom Tillis said he doesn't think Secretary Kristi Noem should stay in her position. He believes she's hurting the president and the Republican Party. President Trump responded to those comments, calling Tillis a loser. The senator shared his thoughts on that today.
I am thrilled about that. That makes me qualified to be Homeland Security Secretary and Senior Advisor to the President.
Tillis also said she has done a poor job handling disaster relief related to Hurricane Helene. It is important to note Tillis voted to confirm Noem to her current role last year. We reached out to the White House about his comments, asking for their position on Noem, but did not hear back.